Monday, that can only mean one thing. It's Monday Show and Tell Day, and today is our bucket list. We want you to comment below and tell us what your top 5 is on your bucket list within the realm of quilting and sewing. So for me, I don't have a great deal on my bucket list. I'm not one for keeping lists, but there are a couple of things that I actually want to do before, I can't do sewing anymore, which is a long time off, but still I'd like to get them started sooner rather than later. So one of them is, which I've already started, and it's called the Dear Jane quilt. I'm actually doing it by English paper piecing, and I got onto, I think it is paperpiecing.com, and they had a row by the month last year. Well, it's about 18 months ago now, because I'm nearing towards the end of it, and there was 18 months worth of English paper piecing pieces that they sent. I have done 4 blocks to date, and because they're all done by hand and I'm extremely busy, so whenever I've got some time or I go away, I take a block or 2 with me and I'll do them. But some of the pieces are as small as my fingernails, so you can imagine there, and it's all being hand sewn, so I'm doing it all entirely by hand, nothing by machine. I'll probably quilt it by machine at the end, but then I will look at that a little bit later on when I get closer to finishing it off, because it may just lend itself to being hand quilted. So that is my number one. That's my number one on my list. And my second one is actually to make a pineapple quilt, I think they call them, and that is all foundation paper pieced. And I actually posted one up in the group the other last week, I think it was, and it was all purples and whites, and it was absolutely gorgeous. That's my number 2 on my bucket list. My number 3 on my bucket list is to be able to master the art of free motion quilting without looking at for like inspiration from other people, and but yeah, just to be able to master it. And because I'm relatively new to free motion quilting, because even though I've been quilting for a long time and I have done free motion quilting from time to time, I mostly in my business I mostly do edge to edge computerized stuff. But I do occasionally get to do some free motion. But my third on my list is to actually master the free motion quilting, and to be just some of the amazing work that I see, that I really want to achieve that in my lifetime. And I would have to say that is about it as far as quilting and sewing goes. But I do have, well, that's more all quilting sort of stuff. But the one thing that I've been looking at, because we're limiting it to 5 today, so I had a bit of a tough time choosing my top 5. So I sat down and had a bit of a think about it over the last couple of days, and I would have to say I would really like to master, which would be 4th on my list, I would like to master hand embroidery. I think some of that fancy work is absolutely divine, and I'm just haven't got the knack for it, so I want to get onto that. And my 5th one isn't actually anything to do with sewing or anything, but it is within the realm of the sewing world, and that is to meet Jenny Dolan in person. I would have had an opportunity to meet her here in Australia just recently, but unfortunately I got ill when the tickets went on sale, and I didn't work for 8 weeks, so cash was limited and family comes first, so I couldn't go to meet her. But it is on my bucket list. It is one of the things that I want to do. It has been bumped down the list a little bit because other things have taken a priority, but I would really love to meet her in person. I know that she's not everybody's cup of tea, but when I first started quilting, she was the first person that I came across that was teaching on YouTube, and I have always really admired her ability to get on there and talk and break it down and use the pre-cut stuff, and I just really enjoy watching her tutorials. As I said, she's not everybody's cup of tea, but I do admire her, and there are other people that I admire too, such as Vanessa Vargas Wilson, and from the Crafty Gemini, and I also admire I think it's Robert Parrell from Man Sewing. So they're just some of the people that I admire, and I there are many people on my list that I would love to meet, but I would really like to meet Jenny Dolan first off, mainly because, as I said, she helped me perfect my techniques, and she helped me get into the realm of using pre-cuts and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, she's there. So as usual in our show and tell, we just leave our comments down below. Give us your top 5 for your bucket list. We're capping it at 5. Basically because everybody, if you're like me, you've got a huge list of things that you want to do and you would be there all day. So we're limiting it to 5 today, within the realm of sewing and crafting and quilting. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for joining me today. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of you've got on your bucket list. And don't forget, it's just our top 5 today. So I'm going to go off and start reading everything that you've put down, and hopefully you might be able to bump something off my bucket list. You just never know. Or you might be inspirational to someone else. So let's all get commenting and have a great time with this topic. I will see you all again next week for Monday Show and Tell. Thanks very much for joining me. My name's Nicole Reid, for those that don't know. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.